right, let's take a look at number 3. So for number 3, here we split this up. We get the limit as x approaches 0 of sine of negative 5x times 1 over 3x. And I multiply the bottom by negative 5x here to make this work. And we're going to multiply the top by negative 5x. So we end up with limit as x approaches 0 of sine of negative 5x over negative 5x times negative 5/3, because those x's cancel out. And we take the limit of each part individually. So the limit of this first part is just 1. Limit of the constant is a constant. So we end up with a limit of negative 5/3 for this one. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at number 4. For this one, a little bit different than the other ones we've seen so far. We have addition up at the top. Addition and subtraction. Everything else has been kind of multiplication and division. So here, what we can do is actually split this up a little bit. Notice we've got that 1 minus cosine of x that we talked about up here. Right, 1 minus cosine of theta over theta. That limit's just going to be 0. What we're going to do is split up the top. Split this fraction up. If you think about it with fractions, if we had something like 1/5 plus 2/5, same denominator, we end up adding those numerators, we would just get 3/5. So really what we're doing is this. We're doing 1 plus 2. That doesn't really look like a 1. 1 plus 2 over 5, which is 3/5. All right, so we're used to kind of going in this direction. What we're going to do here is kind of go backwards. We're going to start with something like this, where we have two things added up over something else, and split them up. So in this case, we're going to write this as limit as x approaches 0 of 2x over 3x plus 1 minus cosine of x over 3x. All right, so we're just keeping that 1 minus cosine of x together because we know that's one of those limits that we can do. And here, the x's cancel out. Over here, it's almost what we need it to be. We need it to be 1 minus cosine of x over x, but there's a 3 there. So this 3 here, we can go ahead and kind of factor this 3 out to get it how we need it to be. So we have limit as x approaches 0 of 2/3, so this whole thing here, plus this can be written as 1/3 times 1 minus cosine of x over x. So we just separated that, like, kind of factored that 3 out, or like took it away from that fraction. This is still the same, right? So we can go ahead and take the limit of each part individually now. So the limit of a constant is just going to be that constant. Same here. But then times the limit of this, and we just talked about this one, this one has a limit of 0. So really we end up with 2/3 plus 0, which is just 2/3.